I will just start, and then we'll see if I have to go somewhere else. Thank you very much for joining. This is the session, the online poster session for food chains, food processing, and consumers. We have a large number of posters, so we have to be pretty fast if we want to get through all of them. So I think we will just start. And Janine Convert on the relative role of soil, climate, and genotype in the variation of nutrition by means of ananas. Please introduce your poster. And I'm not sure how it works. Do we see the poster also? Do you share the poster, or is the poster here? Do you have it?
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you from this end.
This is better. Okay. Now, yes. If you can share your screen, I'll show the poster.
Can you share your screen? Please share your slide, please. Please go on with your presentation, please. Hello. Can you hear me?
I can
Please
hear you
unmute
loud and
yourself.
clear.
Please unmute
Okay.
yourself. The presenter should unmute herself, please. Hello.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. We can hear you loud and clear. Please share your screen.
All right, sir.
Share your
I'm doing
slide.
that. I'm doing that, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon. Good day.
Please click on the presentation mode.
Presentation mode. Okay, sir. Presentation mode.
Can you see my cursor?
Okay, okay, sir. Yeah, it's done, sir.
Not yet, please.
Presentation. Okay, sir. Have you seen it?
Not quite, it's not showing presentation mode. Can you try again, please? You can just double click and okay, we can manage to do that. Maybe just go on with your presentation. Thank you.
I should start.
Yes.
Let's see the topic.
But please be brief. 3 minutes.
Okay,
just a-
sir.
Short highlighting of the most important parts.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here this afternoon to present a topic, measurement of technical efficiency and value addition of hybrid tomato variety production under urban homestead farming in Southwest Nigeria. I am Olusegun Ogunwande from Federal University of Technology, Akure, talking about tomato production in the homestead in urban area. It is something that is very common in Nigeria, and when we look all over the world production of tomato is around 186.821 million tons per year. And this we are talking about, China produce the highest quantity in the world, followed by Italy. In Nigeria here, Nigeria produces about 1.5 million tons per year. And out of this, about 0.7 million tons is lost to post-harvest. Problem statement. In Nigeria here, we have a lot of local varieties that do not bring forth more yield. The population of the country is growing on a yearly basis. And based on this, more of tomato should be produced in order to cater for the seeming population of the country. In this research, 4 specific objectives are highlighted. The socioeconomic characteristics of the respondents. We try to identify the variety of tomato that are planted in the study area. We estimated the profitability of tomato. Also, we determine the efficiency of tomato business among actors in that tomato business. And at the same time, we examine the perceived constraints to tomato business in the area. The study area was the Southwest Nigeria. Nigeria has 6 zones. We have the Southwest, from which the study was carried out. And in the Southwest Nigeria, we have Osun State and Oyo State. And these 2 states are characterized by bimodal rainfall. The data we used in the study was primary data. And this one, econometrically, is referred to as cross-sectional data. That means that we collect data at a point in time. Now we use instrument of data collection, and the instrument of data collection used was copies of structured questionnaire. Also, in the sampling technique, how we selected the respondents we used, which were the actors, and these actors we are talking about are the inputs sellers, the farmers, the wholesalers, and the retailers of tomato in Nigeria. So we, at the end of the day, got a total of 320 respondents. But out of 320, 4 were discarded because of unbiased responses. We use the following analytical tools as put on the slide, on the poster: descriptive statistics, gross margin analysis to know the profitability of tomato. We use stochastic frontier production function in order to know the efficiency of each of the actors. Also, we use Likert scale rating. So that one is a descriptive statistics that we use in knowing the problems confronting the actors along the value addition. So the socioeconomic characteristics results show that the wholesalers, the input suppliers, they had the highest number of years in terms of age, while the least was 36 for retailer. In concerning the experience of the actors, the farmer had the highest experience. Household size, the highest was 7. Association membership, input supplier. Okay, for credit access, 82% of input suppliers, they had credit access. While female and while male are the major people in the 4 areas, and the income is as stated on the poster. In that area, we have the percentage of the 4 classes of the actors. We have them as stated in the poster. And at the same time, in that area, there are 4 tomato varieties that are traded. We have Padma, 14%, Diva 9%, Technism 8%. We have Platinum for 3%. And at the same time, we have the 4th one, which is Cobra. Those are the 5 types that they plant in that area. The selection of these varieties could be based on the quantity of yield or the characteristics of maybe the quality of being resistant to pests and diseases. And at the end of the day, when it was analyzed from one state to the other.
Please come to an end so that the others also have a chance.
That the input dealers had, which is 804,000. Stability ratio, input dealer also has the highest, which is 2.59. And for the data that insufficient labor supply was the most problem they had, while the least was high cost of input. All of them as they were the problems of all the farmers. So in conclusion, it is known and it was concluded that all those actors along the value addition chain of tomato, they are technically efficient, and at the same time, they recorded good profits.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
It's very interesting. I think we should allow for one question,
Okay, sir.
so that there is some response. Can we see any questions? Has anything been put into the chat, or can participants just join? Right. Nothing here. Anybody else with a question? Just speak up. If not, because we lost some time in the beginning, we could also move to perhaps the first presentation, so that we can follow. Janine Donoude, is she here? Or can you?
I think the chair for this.
Yeah, you just check. Yeah.
Hmm?
Yes.
I'm here.
Yes. Very good. Very good. And you can also share your screen. Please, when you present your poster, perhaps you can ensure that you move around your poster so that we can see what you're talking about. We can also, of course, open the poster from the web, but you have not uploaded yours, so please share your screen so that we can see it. Thanks.
I'm having some issue here. I want someone else to continue, then I will carry on.
Okay, shall I continue?
Yes, go ahead first.
Okay.
So okay. Okay. So we have another suggestion, because we have some videos that maybe we should start with the videos now. That's true. While you get yourself sorted. So there is some support who can play videos. Please do. And but that we can see which videos are being played.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Dr. Samiullah, and I am working in Department of Horticulture, Muhammad Nawaz Sharif, University of Agriculture, Multan, Pakistan. So my topic of presentation is the fresh strawberry and German fruit, physical, chemical and antioxidative and organoleptic quality management by organic acid application. We covered two fruit crops, fresh fruit of German, which is a fruit very native to India and Pakistan, and very rich, nutritious fruit and rich in antioxidants. And the other fruit is the strawberry, which also commonly cultivated during the winter season. So these both fruit are very perishable in nature and have very high water content at maturity. So as the most of the horticulture produce, including the fresh fruit, they are fleshy in nature, so they exhibit higher post-harvest losses, which account 30 to 40%. So if we reduce these post-harvest losses, we can appreciate, contribute to food and nutrition security worldwide. So the organic acid like oxalic acid and cunic acid has been reported to retain the quality and nutritional attributes of fresh fruit after harvest. View all these facts. Study integrated study was initiated, and the objective of the study was to evaluate the impact of these cunic acid doses on the post-harvest performance of strawberry fruit, and similarly the effect of post-harvest and as well as the pre-harvest application of oxalic acid on the fresh German fruit after harvest. The study was performed in independent two experiments. One experiment was performed on strawberry and the other was on German. The flow chart of the methodology, the treated fruit were kept at shelf and were analyzed on shelf. So as far as the results are concerned, the oxalic acid, the combined application of oxalic acid, both stages pre and post harvest, significantly reduced the fruit weight loss and also retained the higher vitamin C content during the. Similarly, the combined application of oxalic acid also retained higher antioxidative contents like the activity of superoxide dismutase and peroxidase enzyme, and reduce the free radical content of the fruit. The mantunic acid was applied as post-harvest application on strawberry fruit, and this all the concentration of 0.5 millimolar and 1 millimolar showed significant good results to retain the quality of strawberry fruit. So weight loss was significantly lower in uh, zero point 0.5 millimolar and 1 millimolar of cunic acid treated strawberry fruit. Similarly, the firmness, the fruit treated with cunic acid retained higher firmness. And the antioxidative activity was also improved by the application of cunic acid on strawberry fruit. Hence, we can say that the oxalic acid and cunic acid retained the quality of German and strawberry fruit after harvest. So this can be recommended as uh, post-harvest treatment for other fresh fruit as well. Much.
Yes, so we can't reduce the videos because of the time constraint. So we will still carry. Are there any questions to the on this presentation of the poster on food preservation? By the way, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Niels Teufel, and I've been recently assigned this session, so I'm happy to support you. Please speak up if you have any questions, or raise your hand that we can see it. But if not, I think we can carry on with the next video. Yes, thank you very much.
Dear all participants, my name is Ababa Yimmer. I welcome you to this poster presentation on nutritional composition of some wild edible plant consumed in Southwest Ethiopia. As introduction, food and nutrition security is a big problem, and it leads undernutrition in developing countries, including Ethiopia. Wild edible plant diversity and their traditional knowledge exist in Ethiopia. However, nutritional and anti-nutritional composition of wild edible plants is limited in the country. Therefore, the study aimed to determine nutritional and anti-nutritional composition of wild edible plants. Material and method. The study samples were collected from Benchi Maji zone, Southwest Ethiopia. 5 wild edible plants were used as a study sample as indicated in this table. The nutritional and anti-nutritional composition of wild edible plants were analyzed following standard procedures. Results: the approximate composition of 5 wild edible plants were presented in table 3.1. Chow leaves had high in protein, fiber, but it contained low in carbohydrate and energy value. Entut tuber had low in moisture, ash, fat, protein, and fiber content, but this tuber had high in carbohydrate value. Gagut fruit showed rich in moisture, fat, and energy content, while the couch had high in ash value. This table contained the approximate composition of 5 wild edible plants. The mineral components were varied among wild edible plants as presented in table 3.2. Shutamodore leaves showed low in sodium and high in iron and copper. Entut tuber showed low in potassium, calcium, magnesium, and copper value. Whereas Gagut fruit contained minimum in iron, zinc, and copper value. The couch leaves had high in sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium, while this vegetable had low in copper value. This table contains the mineral composition of 5 wild edible plants. Anti-nutritional factor of wild edible plants contained diverse composition as presented in table 3.3. Low and high content of phytate, tannin found in entut and thick couch respectively. Chow had high in total oxalate content, while the lowest content recorded in Gagut fruit. This table contained the anti-nutritional composition of 5 wild edible plants. Conclusion: this study shows that the wild edible plant had good source of dietary nutrient for human consumption. They contribute to dietary diversification, food and nutrition security in rural communities of Southwest Ethiopia and elsewhere the country. The study provides a baseline information for food industry, policymaker, and community nutrition.
Great. I think that was nearly 3 minutes. Very good. Questions? You can we can check the chat.
Please unmute yourself, please.
Okay, so we can't see any questions. So we carry on with another video or with a live one?
What's the question? What's the question?
Sorry, there is a question. So is the presenter online? Can we answer the question?
Hello, is the presenter online?
Yeah.
There is a question on the screen.
Otherwise, we will pass on the question to the presenter later. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Salih Atanga. I'm the head of program for rice sector development at Africa Rice. You are all welcome to this poster presentation titled Rice Milling and Parboiling Trade-offs for Economic and Nutritional Gains in West Africa. I will be presenting on behalf of my colleagues. Rice is a major source of nutrients, largely contributing to the food and nutrition security of millions of people in Africa. Rice can be processed and consumed as brown rice, white rice, or parboiled rice. Africa faces triple burden of malnutrition, that is, undernutrition, micronutrient deficiency, malnutrition, and growing rate of overweight and obesity. White rice is mostly produced and consumed in Africa, except in Nigeria and Guinea, where parboiled rice is dominant. Most processors and consumers, however, are not aware of the economic and nutritional benefits of parboiled rice vis-a-vis white rice. The objective of this paper, thus, is to gather and present this information succinctly with the goal of influencing both technological and policy changes that promote economically viable and healthy rice production and consumption habits. These technological and policy changes would change the current scenario where we are consuming more white rice than parboiled rice into a situation where we consume more parboiled rice than white rice. This table shows economic trade-offs of rice, physicochemical traits, and preference. From the results, you see clearly that 5 physicochemical traits of parboiled rice show strong and positive association with economic gains and preference, while 4 show weak and negative association with preference. This figure shows macro and micronutrient trade-offs of parboiled rice compared with white rice. As you would see, out of the 39 macro and micronutrients analyzed, parboiled rice recorded high quantities of those nutrients in 30, compared with white rice that recorded only in 5. With calcium, iron, thiamine, niacin, vitamin B6, and folate being significantly higher in parboiled rice, while sodium and pantothenic acid were much lower. And with low sodium, one This is better because we know the implications of sodium in increasing cardiovascular diseases. In this slide, we demonstrate that parboiled rice, especially parboiled polished rice, reduce low glycemic index compared with other rice products, and even much so compared with white wheat. And the main reason for this is that parboiled rice becomes resistant to starch digesting enzymes, as well as the low level of digestive proteins in parboiled rice. Also, parboiled rice has alleviates steatosis and also reduces fat deposition. To conclude, parboiled rice shows economic and nutritional gains, and its minimal negative physiochemical changes affecting preference should not hinder producers and consumers from prioritizing these rice types. As perspective, optimization of parboiling and milling regime, especially in Africa, where traditional parboiling is still common, will have a significant effect on reducing micronutrient loss, as well as reducing the negative impact of traditional parboiling on the environment. Thank you very much.
As has been pointed out, time is against us, so we will just carry on with the next video.
On behalf of our co-authors, welcome to the presentation of Abstract 780 on a pilot study that tested the use of nudges to improve good hygienic practices of food handlers in Uganda. Since food handlers in ready-to-eat restaurants use the same equipment for cutting, storing, and serving raw meat and vegetables, the risk for cross-contamination and recontamination is very high. We have previously trained butchers on good hygienic practices using the 5 keys to safer food, developed by the World Health Organization. But one training is not enough to change habits, and refresher trainings are expensive. We therefore wanted to test if nudges can be developed to facilitate behavior change. Nudges are a concept from behavior economy and are supposed to change people's habits without forcing them. These arrows on a public staircase at eye level are one example for a nudge to motivate people to walk up the stairs, but they can still use the escalator. Phase 1, Explore, started by looking at the evidence we have on the pork value chain from slaughter to consumption. After that, we spent time with food handlers at restaurants, conducted in-depth interviews, and tried to understand the working environment. The result of this was a fictional persona, a pork joint worker whom we called Helen, because the pork joint worker is often female. Helen has basic schooling, training on the job, and often hopes to open her own restaurant one day. In the second phase, we created a long list of 42 prototypes that were pitched and then discussed and modified in ideation sessions with workers and owners in 8 pork joints. In the second round of testing, 16 improved prototypes were given to the pork joints with instructions and left there for 4 weeks. Every 2 weeks, we monitored the use and at the end held group discussions for improvements. After that, 2 nudge kits were approved by the pork joints. Nudge kit 1 contained a thread, different towels, a bucket to collect, use cloths, and chlorine detergent. Nudge kit 2 is the tricolored kitchen with cutting boards and storage containers in 3 colors: red for raw meat, green for raw vegetables, and blue for cooked meat. We then wanted to monitor if coliforms as hygiene indicators changed when these kits were used. We randomly allocated 48 pork joints into 3 groups. 1 got the complete 2 nudge kits with the training on the 5 keys in the poster. In the second group, the pork joints were also trained on the 5 keys and could select 2 tools from each nudge kit. Group 3 only got the training. Before and 9 weeks after, hands, surfaces, cleaning cloths, raw pork, cooked pork, and vegetables were tested for coliforms. In summary, all cooked pork from all groups had acceptable levels for coliforms, which shows again the importance of cooking. Group 1 had a significant reduction in coliforms on all equipment for raw pork and vegetables. Group 2 performed worst, and coliform counts even went up. This pilot showed that nudges could be used to reinforce training messages, but they only work if used as intended.
Very good. And the next one?
Nutritional enhancement of Kenyan porridges, chia seed and oyster mushroom fortification. The GM project is an ambitious initiative that seeks to develop a climate-smart solution for sustainable food systems in Africa, addressing the complex challenges presented by the food systems and climate call. In collaboration with the main GM project, the project partner in Germany is working on fortifying local staple foods with chia seeds and oyster mushrooms, with an aim of providing essential nutrients to the local communities. To assess the potential benefits for this fortification, traditional Kenyan porridges made from white maize, sorghum, and pearl millet are being examined for improvements in nutritional quality and technological effects. On the left side at the top you can see a variety of chia seeds. On the bottom side you can see oyster mushrooms, ground chia seeds, and one of the recipes for traditional Kenyan porridge, also known as ugali. On the right side you can see the 3 recipes for the preparation of the porridges, and you can see they differ in the water content and also the amounts of substitution, and the substitution combination on recipe 3 is the combination of chia and oyster mushrooms, whereas at the first 2 porridge recipes only oyster mushroom or chia seeds are applied. The analysis is then performed via rapid whisker analyzer, rheometer, and texture profile analysis. The analyses are done by PhD students and postgraduate students from DECUT University, and as a result you can see the texture is changing due to the substitution. On the right side you have the viscosity levels of the rapid whisker analyzer measurements, and it's visible that with increasing amount of oyster mushroom the viscosity is decreasing, as well as with increasing amounts of chia seed substitution the viscosity levels are increasing. Also the nutritional values increase, and the consumer acceptability is yet to be determined. However, this is done by the postgraduate students of the DECUT University in Kenya. Here's also some funding information, and yeah, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Dear auditors, I am Zara Kadir and I welcome you to my poster presentation on wheat value chain analysis in Agarba district of Bali zone, Ethiopia, with my co-authors Jama Haji and Salome Tikku. Wheat is one of the most important cereal crops grown in Ethiopia, both for source of food and income, specifically in study area. The inadequacy of the cost and benefit share of actors along the value chain is practiced in the study area. Solution approach strengthening the linkage among chain actors, encouraging for profit share, creating training platform for capacity building objectives to identify wheat value chain actors and their respective role, analyze marketing margin of wheat value chain actors along the chain, and identify factors of sales volume of wheat in the study area. Methodology: both qualitative and quantitative data were collected from farmers, traders, and other sources of primary and secondary data, and the collected data were analyzed by using descriptive and econometric analysis. Here is a map of the study area. A map of wheat value chains in the study area. There were direct actors with their respective functions and enabling environment nationally and internationally. There were also the flow of information, money, products, and services within the value chain. Well, wheat marketing channels in the study area. There were 10 marketing channels identified, from which channel 1 was the shorter channel and channel 4 was the longest channel in the chain, which involves around 9 marketing actors. The other one is marketing margin of wheat value chain in the study area. Among channels, total gross marketing margin was highest in channel 4, and gross marketing margin of producers was also lowest in channel 4. The highest gross marketing margin was taken by processors in channel 10, which is 36.05, and the highest net marketing margin was also taken by processors itself in channel 9 and channel 10, which is 36.09 and 24.52 respectively. The other one is the result of two stageless squares, result for factors affecting sold volume of wheat in the study area. Out of 14 explanatory variables, 6 of them were significantly affect sales volume of wheat to market in the study area at 1% significant level, 10% significant level, and 5% significant level respectively. Lack of good price negotiation, lack of farmers know-how of value chain concept, unfixed rain, high fertilizer price, and delayed delivery presence of disease are some of the existing challenges for wheat value chain in the study area. Conclusion: wheat production and marketing is the most important livelihood activity of smallholder farmers in the study area. The producer's position in all stages of value chain government most important factors like price negotiation and quality product quality definition is not good in the study area. This is all about my poster presentation. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward for your questions and comments. Thank you.
My name is Adesoya Olufumnola, and together with my co-author Olajide Adeola, I welcome you to our poster on resource use efficiency among catfish processors in Oyo State, Nigeria. Processing is the mechanism used in increasing the shelf life of catfish, and smoke drying is the most affordable and widely used catfish preservation technique in Nigeria. In catfish processing activities, certain factors of production which are regarded in the study as the resources needed for the production includes fresh catfish, fuel, labor, among others. The study aimed at analyzing the resource use efficiency among catfish processors in Oyo State, Nigeria. Multi-stage random sampling technique was adopted for the study, and the final respondents were drawn from the list of catfish processors in 2 local government areas of the state. Data collected were analyzed using stochastic frontier analysis and resource use efficiency ratio. Here are the models guiding this study. Equation 1 represents the Cobb-Douglas production function. Equation 2 is the procedure to evaluate the resource use efficiency ratio in equation 3. Using the cost approach of the catfish processors, Table 1 reveals that fresh catfish, fuel, and packaging materials are the major determinants of smoke-dried catfish production, though the first two exert a negative influence on the gross margin of the processors. This implies that an increase in the purchasing cost of these two variables will affect the gross margin of the processors. The efficiency ratio represents the relationship between the actual input used and the optimal input required to achieve a desired output level. The coefficient values from Table 1, which is the marginal physical product, the marginal value product, and the marginal factor cost, are then used to estimate the efficiency ratios. The efficiency ratio revealed that all variables were overutilized among the processors. In conclusion, there is a high level of inefficiency and resources are not well combined among the processors to achieve optimal efficiencies in their production process. The study concludes that there is a need for standardization in the processing of smoke-dried catfish to enhance resources efficiency among the processors. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to your questions.
So it seems this was the last presentation we can show as a video. And we don't, although this online meeting can probably continue, I have to also leave soon. If we have one more presentation direct, but we don't have any support here at the moment. So I'm not quite sure how to proceed. We still have on my list, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 posters we have not heard of. Is there anybody who is very eager? But okay, if the next session is using the same, what is this? We have one more here. What is this? Lisa? Okay.